My old friend.
Hey, Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV. How's it going, Robin?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're back, season 3. When you know you're coming back, is there a common theme as far as what the new season will be?
Oh, I think for this season, it was just about making bigger and epic. We wanted to make sure that the characters started to live in different environments and meet each other, and the world starts to kind of fold in on itself in a new way. Kind of a reward for people who have watched season 1 and 2. You get all of these interconnected things that collide in an epic way in season 3.
And there's a lot that goes into the production, especially episode 1. I was like, well, it's a lot in there with a lot of people, which is not always easy for a half-hour show.
Yep.
What's the challenge of putting all of that stuff together?
It takes months. It takes months. And you're right. From moment 1 in episode 1, without giving anything away, people will see, oh, okay, this season is big. So I think we just wanted to blow people's minds and show them what was possible. We wanted to push the boundaries of sketch comedy and create new ones. And a lot goes into it. We have a great crew who's been working with us, most of them since season 1. And so I think because of that, because they know how to make the show and it's really a well-oiled machine at this point, we can keep pushing and do those incredible shots. Our director, Bridget Stokes, this season, super ambitious, and made sure that we were able to accomplish those things and have them look really cinematic and gorgeous for HBO.
You have a director, but you have a lot of writers. When you have a lot of writers,
not that many. We only have 7.
7 is, I'm looking at, when I'm looking it up, it goes, oh, I got 7 writers. But then again, there's a lot of sketches in one episode. Yeah. But when you have that many people collaborating, who's the alpha in the group that says, okay, this one's gonna go?
Me,
we can go on this.
Me, it's my show.
It's like which one passes, which one says we can put this on the next one. How's it determined as far as making of all the sketches you have cohesive in one episode?
Oh, well, that's interesting. So in the writer's room, we're not writing episodes. We just write sketches. And then it isn't until after we finish shooting that I formulate the episodes. So the writers don't even know what's going to be in each episode, except for the interstitial storylines. Of course, we write those per episode. But yeah, I formulate the sketches in the editing process after we're done shooting based on what I'm seeing in themes and based on, what I think will make the best episode.
And then, like I said, man, no spoilers, but you got faces in there that just are in there. It's like, is it because you know them? Like, I want you to show up for this one. You won't have to do much, either say a line or just appear in the scene. How does that work out?
It's interesting. It's a variety of ways that we get our guest stars. But sometimes it's me hounding them down. Anytime I go to the Emmys or any other Hollywood event, I'm like, trolling around for different guest stars, which you've seen me do. But sometimes people approach me, and then other ways we traditionally cast people, but we don't really have, everyone's like, how can I audition? And I'm like, we don't really have auditions because the core cast plays most of the roles. And then beyond that, it's usually just celebrity guest stars. So those are offer only. We just kind of send scripts and see if they respond. And then I do a lot of, there's a lot of shoe leather on my part in calling people and texting them and trying to get them in. But we're lucky. We're a show that is kind of a celebrity magnet. And so people really want to do the show. And if their schedules work out, we always seem to find a way.
Now, comedy is at the forefront right now, and we need a show where it's meant for us to laugh, as opposed to like certain comedy shows where you have to look at it and find the jokes, And it's not always easy. Like when you have a show and it's labeled a comedy and you're like, I'm not laughing, or it's a dramedy and so forth, So why do you think still, it's your 3rd season, that we still need to laugh, and you have to come up with jokes that's going to make people laugh without, scaring them away.
Yeah, I think it's more important ever to center joy in comedy, right? I want people to feel unburdened for the half hour that they watch the show. And you're right, there are a lot of comedies or dramas masquerading as comedies or vice versa. But I think for us, we just make a hard comedy. We have a joke density unlike any other show. And we want to make sure that you are laughing so much that you have to rewatch 3 times because you missed half the jokes, So I think this is a highly rewatchable show in that way. And it's important to have just really sincere, hard comedies out there, so that you can kind of turn your brain off. We're still in a pandemic, whether or not people want to admit it, and it's still scary. So even as we come out of that, I still think we're really, really traumatized from the past few years. And I think a show like this can help heal in small ways.
When people see you and they don't know what you do they get the funny bones in you off, when you're not on camera? Or are you so super serious when they see you?
I think I'm just normal. I don't really go many places. I just
Or
work so hard.
like
But
I
yeah, I
remember,
don't
I
know.
remember meeting Robin Williams, and he had funny bones. Like he just makes you laugh. And then there are other comedians
Oh.
where, if in talking to them, you would never know that they're a comedian.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it depends on the day, but I'm not somebody who's on all the time at all. But yeah, it depends on the environment. But yeah, I usually end up being the funniest person in the room if I'm comfortable and it's a social situation. But there's other times where I'm just kind of quiet and don't really, you know, do too much. It just kind of depends on the day. But no, I'm definitely not somebody who's performing and doing bits all the time, for sure.
Season 3, we're back. Hopefully, we can get more. Is there any time we can get more episodes besides 6? I think 6 is not enough.
That's not a question for me, darling. That's a question for HBO. But I can tell you that this is the most dense season. These are the longest episodes and the most sketches we've ever done. So I think people have to know that we're creating like 50 short films. It's not like a regular 6-episode order where it's just one story, one script. There's multiple sketches and multiple stories and multiple scripts and multiple characters. So even at 6, it's still really dense. And I think this season people will feel like it's longer, even though it's still 6 episodes.
Well, they're going to get a kick just like I did. So wherever you're at, stay safe. And either I'll see you or I'll talk to you down the road.
Yeah, thank you.